Hey guys, what's up and welcome to a new Tesla update video. So as usual, let's just jump right into it. Let's talk about Tesla, see what happened in the market today and what we can expect for the rest of the week. So don't forget guys, like I have said before, and if you're someone that's, trading Tesla, follows Tesla, invests in Tesla especially, you should very well damn be aware that, Wednesday, of course, we have the earnings. Now, I'm pretty sure it's after hours. I mean, it's pretty much always after hours. I don't think it's ever been prior to. I'm pretty sure it's literally every single time after hours. I didn't double check. I just assume it's after hours because I don't think it's ever been before. Anyway, that's a big catalyst, obviously, right? Tesla tends to be pretty volatile around earnings. Not always, but usually. So that being said, let's figure out what the hell can we expect going into earnings essentially. So tomorrow, because tomorrow, of course, is the final day before earnings actually happens, like literally in terms of like a trading day, right? Because it happens, of course, when the market closes. Now, I'm actually thinking it's looking pretty bullish. I'll be honest. I actually think it looks pretty damn good. I kind of like the way Tesla is currently looking. I'll go over the reasons for that and what I expect to see, etc. So essentially today played out almost to a T. So yesterday I talked about how we were inside this kind of rising wedge. You guys remember that? I think it was, I can't remember how I had it. I think I had it something like this maybe. I think I had something like this, give or take. Yeah, I think it was something like this. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was like something roughly similar to this. I actually bought a lot of Netflix calls. I'm going to open this up. Jesus Christ. Well, there goes my $100. Holy fuck. What the fuck? That is unbelievable. Wow. Well, anyways, hopefully that doesn't destroy the market tomorrow. Aside from Netflix potentially tanking the market, holy shit, it's down 19%. I bought like a $200 weekly call, just kind of like a lotto play for fun. I thought maybe, you know what, it's been plummeting so much, maybe it's finally time to at least see some up. No, absolutely not. Anyway, wow, that's insane. Oh my God. So I was talking about the other day how we were kind of in this rising wedge, which tends to actually break down to the downside more so than to the upside. We actually did kind of break up to the upside of up here. This wasn't exactly the wedge. I can't remember exactly where I had it, but essentially we broke out of it. Kind of went back into it. But what I'm currently seeing on top of that is we're actually in this bull flag that we just broke out. So if you go to maybe 10 minutes, let's say roughly, right? So today, obviously the 2.4% increase, we ran up, nice little bull flag, and then we broke out, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And then the fifth move, as usual, we broke out, came back, retested it, and then went back up. This is a pretty textbook breakout bull flag sign, right? So this is pretty good, in my opinion. So this is, to me, looking pretty good for tomorrow in continuation, assuming the market doesn't somehow just implode over Netflix's earnings. I mean, it might. The after hours are gruesome. Holy shit. This is unbelievable. Yeah, the market is just taking an absolute shitter right now because of Netflix. We'll see what happens with that. Maybe it'll recover a bit, but yeah. So assuming that nothing, odd happens like that, very, very unexpected, I do think tomorrow looks pretty bullish. The volume is pretty low, which isn't good, but I actually I think we have a decent chance, honestly, to run up into earnings. Let's see, take a look over here, to run up into earnings. I really think that there is, it's definitely not out of question in my opinion to run up to maybe 1060 and gap fill this tomorrow, honestly. I don't think that's completely out of the question. Again, it really just depends on what happens with Netflix. It's actually tanking the market. Disney is also plummeting as well, down 3%. That's pretty spooky, actually. I'm not gonna lie. Disney's down 3%, Netflix is down 18%. Holy guacamole, that's a lot. Wow, that's actually kind of ridiculous. Holy fuck. Tesla's down 0.5%, literally because of that. The QQQ is down almost 1% now, literally because Netflix. So again, assuming that that's not gonna be weird, I do think we have a chance to run up tomorrow, up to that gap fill around 1060 or something like that, which is pretty nuts. So I think that might happen. I definitely wouldn't take that out of the equation just yet. Essentially, what you want to be looking at, we did end at 1028, which is good because not only is that above. Let's see, where is it here? Not only is it above this gap fill here that we had. Let me look at a 15 actually. Not only is it above this gap fill we had here, but it's also above the one we had here all the way back here. So this one was all the way at 1025 and this one was at 1022. We closed above both of those, which I personally like at 1028. That to me is a good sign, right? I personally really like that. So of course, naturally, we'll see how this goes. I need to go read up on what happened to Netflix quickly because this is insane. Dude, it's literally destroying this market. That is nuts. And Disney. I mean, Disney is not as bad because it's I mean, 3 to 4% for Disney is a decent amount, to be completely honest with you. But 18%. There was one guy I'm following that is like a Tesla trader. He said he was like loading up on Netflix because he thinks there'll be a beat and it's fallen enough. Well, he just lost 18% on that really fast. That's fucked up. That's why usually when I play these like earnings things, I never go in big. Like when I do these earning lotto plays, like weekly plays, like at most I'll do like $200, which again relative to portfolio size, to me that's like very little, right? It's like literally like 0.5% maybe or something. I don't know the exact percent. It's like literally non-existent. So if I lose $100 on that, which I probably did, in all honesty, I think tomorrow it's going to open up and I probably lost half of it, which is about $100. $100 is $100, right? But like overall, relative to port size, like it's like non-existent right now, honestly. So I don't really personally care. It was just kind of for fun. I kind of want to play puts, but like I don't know, looking at the chart on Netflix, you're just kind of like, man, just really, how much more of a beating can this thing take? Like it's just been, like bro, like this thing has just been plummeting. Like it's already down 50%, and that's after today's 3% move. Now it's at 282. So it currently right now, if it opens up roughly at this price tomorrow, Netflix is currently down 60% from its like recent high. I think that's actually be its all-time highs. Yeah, from its all-time highs, 60%. I had a feeling it would fall. Literally the only I actually, in all honesty, I was actually more bearish going into the earnings than not, because like Netflix is definitely losing steam in my opinion. Like just there's a lot more competition. They're losing a lot of licensing deals. Like they had to pull out of Russia. But it's just like just look at the chart. You're just like, man, sometimes you just look at these things and you're just like, how much more of a beating can it take? Well, apparently another 18%. Well, so that's that. That's insane. Anyway, not getting out of course here a little bit, but when you see something like that, it's hard to just ignore it. Wow. Yeah, so anyway, so that's essentially what I'm seeing, guys, for Tesla. Again, assuming nothing happens with Netflix and it doesn't just tank the market, I do think we have a decent chance to run up into earnings tomorrow. How we run, what happens after earnings, I mean, that at that point, it's anyone's guess, right? Overall, I don't think that Tesla's earnings will be bad, obviously. I think the earnings will be fine for Q1. Q2 is where I think it'll get a little bit weird, mainly because, the Shanghai lockdown and stuff like that. We'll see how that goes. But I really wouldn't be surprised to see it, at least a push up to like 1050. I did sell a put. I told you guys how, at the beginning of the week, I sold a put for 950. So essentially under 950, I'm buying this week. Of course, if it ends under 950 this week, doubt it will. That put's already, I can already buy it back for like half off. I'm not going to, because I don't see a reason to, not yet at least. If we run more, then maybe I'll buy it back and resell something else. We'll see. But I did sell one call for 1080, which is right up here. The reason I sold it for 1080 is because it had a $10 cost to it or premium to it. Essentially what that means is as long as Tesla doesn't go above 1090, I'm not like losing money on that. Essentially, I'm not like losing profit. That's essentially how that works, right? And if it ends anywhere below that, then of course I just take the premium and that's it. But if we run up to this gap fill, which is around that, almost 1060, I will probably sell another one, a little bit more of an aggressive one, because that one I wouldn't mind if it actually, exercises. So I'll probably sell like 1070, honestly, maybe even like 1060 or something. Pretty aggressive, just for the sake of, I wouldn't mind too much if that exercises, because, I wouldn't mind freeing up some cash. Because again, like I said, guys, overall, when we, after this move up here, which I still think will continue tomorrow, I ultimately do expect once we somehow touch somewhere around this general high thousands area, like, 1080-ish, give or take, I do expect to move down to the downside, most likely, back to like, 900s, like mid 900s. But that's essentially what I'm seeing, guys. Netflix is down 20%. That is insane. That's insane, man. Holy shit. I was looking at the puts too, man. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll just get the puts, man. Maybe I'll just get the puts. But I'm like, bro, like, how much more of a beating can this thing take? Like, I know it's not, bullish, and Netflix is definitely struggling, but like, geez, man, it's just how much worse can it get? 21% apparently is how much more worse it can get. Either way, guys, thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.